Did you put your No, I just want to double check.
Yeah.
Who are we? PXT! What do we do? We innovate! How do we do that? We build!
Everybody's so quiet. Excited, right? Good to see them with good faces, some people I haven't seen for a long time. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you. So let's go ahead and give yourself a round of applause for being here today. Before I forget, because I like to do this in the beginning, because if not, I forget, and I really think everything's going on. Can we give Bellissima a round of applause? So she's the one that ran the entire summer. So a lot of credit. What you're gonna see today, you gotta give her credit for everything that happens. Yeah. She's the leader of TXT. I'm not gonna say much today. Some of you came to the parent meeting last night. I said a lot for about 2.5 hours. So you know a lot about me and about the program. So I'm excited that you're here today. Yo no voy a decir mucho hoy porque yo dije mucho bastante anoche, entonces, pero quiero agradecerle a Bellísima. Bellísima fue la líder del programa todo el verano. So, le doy gracias, Bellísima.
All right. So I am new to TXT. I first joined back in January when I first met Oscar at a golfing event. And I heard about what the program had and the leadership skills that they were developing within these young boys and men. And I really thought that was really important. I myself have 2 younger brothers who are exactly their ages. And I know what it's like to be in high school. I know what they're experiencing. And every single day I come in and I see these boys, I just think, wow, I wish my brothers were here learning the skills that these boys are learning. Your sons, all summer, they've learned skills beyond coding, beyond designing. They've learned how to be responsible, how to have accountability, how to be there for each other, how to open up, how to like talk to each other. And I think these are skills that are going to take your sons, your young men, they're going to be leaps and bounds ahead of their peers. The apps that they've developed over the past 8 weeks and the 10 weeks of the summer camp, they have taken these skills that I think, I'm in my master's program here at USC, and they're doing skills that we do in our own classes, learning about product management, learning how to use Figma, learning how to manage a Trello and a schedule and everything like that. These are all skills that, I thought, oh my goodness, how are these boys gonna learn it? But they did, and they did it because they're determined, because they're strong young men, and because you guys believed in them. You guys told them since the day they were born, you can do anything that you put your mind to. I'm gonna be here to support you if you fall, and it shows. Every single one of them, every single day they come in, they know like, hey, this is hard, but I'm gonna get through it. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna learn how to do it, and not only learn how to do it, but learn how to excel and take it and teach other people how to do it. Each one of them has helped all their teams, all their peers get through hard times. I don't know how they coded and developed. They did things beyond the scope of what I feel software engineers in the junior level are doing, and it just amazes me and blows me away. So I want you all to know that we're all extremely proud of the work they did. I'm proud of it, but you should really be proud of your children because they have just gone above and beyond. And I'm so excited to show you the work that they've done today, and for us to show the judges and to everybody here all the apps that they've developed.
Yes, you're wrong. I'm gonna go over this real quick. For those of you who don't know the formula, people ask me, how is it that Urban TXT is able to develop young men so well in 8 weeks? This is the formula that we use. It's a very simple formula for us. We have been doing this for about 15 years, and I'm happy to announce that even among you right now, you may not know who they are, but they're among you. We have alumni among you that either are working for big tech companies, or they have their own company themselves, or they're managing properties themselves. So that what is, and they're only 25, by the way, 25 to 26 years old. So it's awesome that they're sitting among you. And when I look at the audience, I'm like, oh, you're there, you're there. So it's good to see this. But this is the formula that we have. The formula is really, the number one thing is the personal development, is the leadership development. When people come into the program, we don't say that this is about coding. In fact, we stay away and we discourage parents to join the program if they think their kids are going to learn how to code. So we say this is about leadership development and personal development, right? From the start of TXT, we always believe that personal development and professional development and leadership development is the skill that will never die. It's a skill that's going to be leaps and bounds no matter where they go. Okay. Yesterday it was Instagram. Today might be TikTok. Tomorrow is artificial intelligence. So the technology part is only a tool that we're using. The technology part is not everything that we use. The technology is, but the tool is the vehicle that we use in order for them to learn the leadership skills. So I want you to understand that. Okay, you can have a hammer right in front of you, but if you don't know how to make a house, or you don't think how to be creative, you can't make a house, right? So the technology is the tool. That's going to change every year, and you've seen it. I think in the last 3 months, maybe 6 months, you've seen that it's changed. What I'm excited about that it's changed so much, but your son, your student, is ahead of the game today. So I want you to realize that your son today, they're not using ChatGPT. They're not using AI. They're creating AIs. Let that sink for a minute. When people talk about the race in technology, they're ahead of that race. When they go back to the schools, their peers are going to be talking about, oh, do you know how to use this? And then we saying, oh, I created it. That's a huge difference. That's a huge difference. Technology for us is a tool. That's going to change. The creativity, the leadership is the most important part of TXT. The other part, and the last part, is the experiential learning. The experiential learning. The experiential learning is so important. What does that mean? How do we do that? Very simple. What we call experiential learning is means you fail fast. You try it out. You experiment. You see what's going to happen. We don't give you instructions. Unlike some places, schools, they give you instructions how to do. We don't. We say, this is AI. This is what coding looks like. Go figure it out. Right? So that's a very different model than to say, this is how you go step by step. The reason we do experiential learning is because the skills of today and the skills of tomorrow is going to be exactly that. It's going to be the creativity. It's going to be the process. We're learning how to solve problems. It's going to be learning how they get into a company and how they help that company become valuable. Right? That's going to be the skill. Everything else, they can Google it or they can ask ChatGPT. Right? But that's the other part, experiential learning. So now, if we mix all that up and we get the young men that we have today. That's how we do it. And I like Dr. Schultz over here, one of our board members. And make sure I pronounce this right, because he always tell me this. And he reminds me that the work that we're doing is surgical. We're going to the problem that our young men need the help so they can excel. So we don't go around the bush. We go straight to the problem and say, this is the skills you're going to practice and get good at it. You continue. Right? So we're one program, maybe of 3 in the nation, that are serving young men of color, young Black and Latino boys in the nation. 1 of 3. However, I believe, because I've done the research, that we're the only ones who have this model to do experiential learning and focus more on the professional development and leadership development more so than the technology. And I'm really proud of that, because you'll see them today. You're gonna happy and be like, oh, I got a future millionaire in my hands. So they're really, really awesome to do that.
Today we have cycling.
Hello, my name is Jonathan, and I'm the project manager.
Hello, my name is Anderson Martinez, and I'm the product manager.
Hey everyone, my name is Fenway Flippin. I'm the UI UX designer.
Hello, my name is Seth Ramos, and I'm the developer. This is our app,
Cycling. Last year, there was a 6-year-old boy who was run over and killed at BMO Stadium. He was just riding around on his bike with his friends when all of a sudden, an angry driver used his car as a weapon against him. This could have been any of one of us, but it wasn't. LA cyclists struggle every day to safely navigate Los Angeles in a timely manner as well, all due to poor infrastructure, lack of bike-friendly routes, and unprepared drivers. LA accidents are on the rise. Just last year, over 330 bike accidents occurred in 2024, all due to drivers failing to yield, improper turns by vehicles, and poor road conditions.
This is where cycling comes in. First, our map highlights routes with danger levels based off traffic, street width, and bike lanes so that cyclists know the dangers. Next, our Cycling AI chatbot answers real-time questions a cyclist may have, such as how to prep a bike, follow local laws, or deal with hazards. Lastly, our community forum page lets nearby cyclists share about tips, route recommendations, or hazards, all from local cyclists that ride the same streets as you.
We have three main competitors: Google Maps, Apple Maps, and Ride with GPS. Google Maps and Apple Maps aren't made for cyclists because they don't prioritize cyclist safety. And with Ride GPS, they don't make the routes. Our app makes the routes, and that's what makes it so different.
To grow cycling, we'll be starting off local. We'll begin by establishing a presence on social media so that we can let other bike-focused companies know about us. Then we'll be reaching out to these companies and setting up group events so that we can establish our presence in the cycling community as a whole and spread our brand. As for our revenue streams, what we'll first be doing is sending local bike targeted ads towards our customers so that they know the things that would interest them the most. Then we'll be setting up city data partnerships so that the city can improve its infrastructure and better support cyclists. We'll also be utilizing our $4.99 a month subscription service to improve our brand.
In the future, we plan to expand to other cities, provide real-time hazard alerts, and utilize AI so that we could provide smarter routes and more information to cyclists.
Thank you everyone for your time, and this was Cycling. Any questions?
So what are you using for data sources?
For data sources, can you rephrase your question?
For you to be able to understand the relative safety of the route, where do you get your data?
For determining the safety of the route, we're depending on major intersections and past incidents with bikers. So we use information from the past and then highlight which routes cyclists have most difficulty transversing.
That makes sense, but where is the data coming from that you're using for as far as accidents and so forth?
To add on to it, he was explaining, we're utilizing information from the LA Department of Transportation, since they provide information such as past accidents, the streets that they have, and stuff like traffic that they have.
Question: have you done any kind of market research either with folks that bike and/or potential partnerships that you talk about, whether it's bike stores, things like that? Have you surveyed the market?
We've done a survey, and most people said that they want an app that would help them better prepare for their cycling journey. Or did that answer your question?
Yeah, I'm just what you have in mind. Let's just say you have partnerships. It might have been worthwhile to talk with, let's say, a bike store or with Nathan, and you might see cyclists all in one place there, right? And then also go to maybe some intersections that might be good candidates, right? You don't want to stop people from biking, right? That's why maybe a bike store teeing up, because you're suggesting you're gonna might get funding from partnerships. It might be useful to do some market research with those potential sponsors.
Okay.
I think that's all the time we have.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cycling. All right, for our next product, we have Transit Guard. Let's give them a round of applause.
Good morning, my name is Rigo, and I am the product manager.
My name is Jeremiah, and I'm the project manager.
My name is Justin, and I'm the UI UX designer.
My name is Sebastian, and I'm the developer.
And we are
Transit Guard! When coming back home from SCLA, I took the train and encountered a man who seemed to be under the influence as he screamed out loud, "I will kill you all." Me being the closest target to him, I was scared, but not just for myself, but for those around me as well.
That's when we realized we're not the only ones who deal with these type of issues on the metro. That's why we created Transit Guard, a fast, easy-to-use app where you can report things, see past reports, and ask questions about the metro.
In our app, the user is sent to the home screen where they're able to select the station line, and they're also able to reply to certain reports, and they're able to search these reports by both threat level and the location of these reports, such as Expo. And in the report screen, you're able to categorize reports by categories, threat levels, and add context through images or text. And in the chatbot, users are able to ask questions to a chatbot that answers to metro-related questions, such as the length of certain routes.
According to a survey conducted by Metro, they gathered 12,000 responses where 63% of them agree that the top three concerns are cleanliness, homelessness, and safety on the Metro. Furthermore, we conducted a survey gathering 100 responses where 50% of them have experienced some sort of incident during the commute.
So the way we're gonna make profits is by implementing ads, adding a premium button, which is not $1.99 per month, which lets you customize your home screen and gets rid of ads.
The way we'll be marketing ourselves is through social media and grow a fan base on there, as well as actual metro trains themselves and do advertisements on there. There's over 1 million people who ride the metro daily in LA County alone, so our market is vast.
Our primary competitors would be the Citizens app and the Metro Watch. However, the former lacks specification for the Metro, while the latter does not have an active community currently.
I was able to talk to an LAPD officer, and he's willing to get us in contact with Metro Safety Systems, The Rock, so our reports will go to them directly.
There are 25 different metros in the U.S. and over 60 different countries use metros.
My name is Rigo.
My name is Jeremiah.
My name is Justin.
And my name is Sebastian.
So who wants to feel safe, travel smart with
Transit Guard!
How are you initially going to market this to the customers?
So we'll be marketing ourselves through social media as well as Metro ads. We ended up figuring out how much it cost. Sebastian, how much was it?
So it depends, depending on the ad, since there's multiple, such as on the announcers saying the ads, and as well as ads on the stations and ads inside. But they range from $500 to $5,000. However, we can also go on the Metro social media account, which might cost differently.
How does this compare to, say, a neighborhood app?
So the biggest thing about it, it's specific to metro trains. And on top of that, neighborhood apps, they warn you, while ours, you can report things and you also get information. So you can look at past reports and see if people have gotten those things resolved. The biggest problem with Metro Transit Watch that we noticed is you get no feedback and you get no information about Metro themselves.
Have you, on that point, you thought about future reporting and trend analysis? Like you showed a couple things about, just like one pie chart, but I can envision, has a certain station gotten cleaner or gotten safer over time, and or rather than the focus being just reporting what you see, maybe identifying some things to avoid, some stations to avoid.
Okay. About market research team, we've noticed that in the studies shown was from 2022, and after doing further research on the previous next years, like 2024, we've noticed that the amount of crimes happening on the metro has been increasing, and there's also been periods where the metro crimes have been increasing a large amount. If I remember correctly, it should be around 40% from 2 months. This shows that in the future there will be more incidents happening that will need to be reported in order to be dealt with.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you once again, Transit Guard, for your presentation. For the next presentation, we will have Car Care.
We are Youth AI, and this is Car Care. So it all started when my dad brought home this old and rusty 1964 Dodge. It hadn't run in over a year. So I made it my mission this summer to get it up and running, not just to fix a car, but to make my father proud. When I went on the internet to look for resources, I found that a lot of these resources were very scattered and nothing ever suited my situation. That's when I realized that this is an issue prevalent across the entire nation, especially with young drivers like myself.
According to Michigan media, over 5 million teens don't inspect their tires monthly. 3 million don't check their tires conditions. 5 million don't know proper inflation levels, and 3 million don't know how to check their oil. These are basic car maintenance issues our app will help solve. First, we will inform young teens the importance of car maintenance. Then we will educate them by giving them clear step-by-step instructions on how to prevent these issues. And finally, by giving young teens this knowledge, we help prevent common car breakdowns.
In this demo, we begin at the car profile screen where the users can create and manage their car profiles. Tapping on a profile takes them to a personalized dashboard where they are greeted with maintenance reminders tailored to their specific vehicle that can also be marked as done, or they can make custom reminders. Finally, we have our AI chatbot, which is tailored to their specific vehicle and is able to receive images of car parts, and it will bring back like a labeled and highlighted version.
So our competitors are apps like Fix and Repair Sold 2. Fix is very expensive and requires users to pay a premium fee just to use their AI features. And Repair Sold 2 is also very expensive and they don't have any AI features included in their app. But these two apps hold about 3 million of the market, but there's still so much of the market that is untouched. And according to our survey that we conducted, about 96% of the people that took the survey are very interested in an app that would help them maintain their car.
Alongside a free subscription, we will have a premium subscription, which will allow access to exclusive features.
And we plan to have a partnership with AutoZone using their affiliate program, which will bring us revenue when users use our affiliate link to buy products they might need to conduct their maintenance. My name is Johan, and I'm the project manager.
My name is Elijah Sanchez, I'm the product manager.
And my name is Alejandro, and I'm the developer.
Yeah, one complexity that I see is there are literally thousands of different models of cars, all with different maintenance and routine specifications and so forth. How are you going to collect and keep that, all that data current?
That's a great question. And when I was developing this app, I used a RAG model for my AI chatbot, and we actually sourced all the car models from a government website. It had the API, and it had like all the latest car models, and it's also gonna keep upgrading. So when people make future cars, then that's also gonna be included in the list. So our AI can still be like adapting to future car models.
We thought about allowing the ability to take an order while they're on their phone. They identify what's wrong, they can find the dealer and even maybe order parts.
Yeah, so our idea on that is still a concept, of course,
Right.
but we plan to make the AI so that it can help the user know what parts they need to buy, know what products they need to buy, and they can use our affiliate link. That way they can buy those products.
Well, if you ever want to tune your car up, you know what app to download. All right. So for this presentation, I would like a little help from the audience. Give me a drum roll, please. We have Budget Five. Come take the stage.
Welcome, everyone. We are Budget 5.
As a young adult, I used to spend without thinking. Snacks, clothes, nights out. Over time, it added up, and I didn't realize money was controlling me. Young adults are financially illiterate due to the lack of effective financial education.
Why now, you may ask? According to the World Economic Forum, 52% of the young adults in the United States are not financially literate. And to add on, 77% of those American households are in some form of debt.
Our app has three main features. First, we have MoneyQuest. MoneyQuest helps you manage your money through short, easy-to-read articles, quick questions, and a helpful video if you need it. Another feature that we have is BudgetPath. BudgetPath has a bar graph where it tracks small daily buys like snacks and subscriptions so you know where your money goes. We also include a budget tracker. The budget tracker makes a monthly-based plan based on what you earn and spend so you know how much you can spend per month.
We also have Budget Coach. Budget Coach allows you to answer your money questions and has your financial data so you can ask it smart, so it can give you smart, personalized advice. For our revenue, we have a free version that gives you 5 coins every 3 days. Coins are used to unlock features for a limited amount of time. For example, BudgetPath and MoneyQuest. Coins are also used to use the chatbot per question you have. If you want more coins, go pro and get 400 coins every week. Our competitors are PocketGuard. PocketGuard offers articles, but they're not like ours due to PocketGuard articles not keeping questions like us to keep users engaged. In our app, we keep users engaged with questions in our article so they learn the most while keeping the budget mindset.
Another competitor we have is Greenlight. Greenlight is a kid's debit card app that allows users to spend their allows parents to control their spending, but can be costly and limited to families. Our app works for everyone. It It helps users understand their spending with easy tools and AI budgeting advice.
Why are we different, you may ask? Well, we don't just track, we teach. With chapter-based learning, interactive content, and a smart coach, Budgetify helps you grow financially one step at a time.
My name is Alex Arias, and I am the product manager.
My name is Daniel Moore, and I'm the UI UX designer.
My name is Steve Cornejo, and I'm the lead developer. My name is Cameron Scott, and I'm the Scrum leader.
Good idea. What type of information, data does the customer need to enter in order for your app to become useful?
That's a great question. That's a great question. We plan to connect with users' bank information so we can take their transaction info and use it for our AI chatbot and spending tracker and other features so they can have a personalized experience.
You're gonna link this to people's bank accounts?
Correct.
What type of security are you put in place for?
We don't keep your MongoDB to keep our data that other big companies use as well.
And how would you compare it to like a block?
Can you rephrase the question?
So there's another app or something that's sold on Rocket Mortgage or something other that's supposed to help to manage budgets very similar to what.
The difference between our app and Rocket is we teach. We just don't tell you that you're spending too much. We teach you how you can spend less and how you can be effective.
Have you thought about getting somebody to sponsor the app, like a bank, who wants to, encourage people to open up a bank account, things like that? Because if you're really budget conscious, you may not want to spend $5 a month yourself. And I wouldn't mind a banner, not ads in the middle, but just a banner somewhere of a bank that might also offer a deal. We're not going to charge you for checking. We're not going to, something to be aligned with the fact that they encourage good financial stuff.
Yeah, we do plan on doing that. So the user can have a more a smoother experience using our app. Also giving it opportunities not only to grow their money, but also to save.
I think there's an opportunity for every recommendation, like you're using AI, you're recommending, so the things you're recommending, whatever you're pointing folks to, could be an opportunity for you.
That's a great idea. We actually have been looking into that with our app, and that's a great idea. That's a great question.
Last but certainly not least, we have Liberty for All. Let's clap it up.
A few weeks ago, I was in the hospital with my mom. Like many others in our community, she only speaks Spanish. I'm proud to be her son and her voice. But that day, I noticed many people struggling to communicate. They were frustrated. They felt like they weren't receiving the best care possible through the barrier languages. That frustrated me and my team, leading us to create our app called Liberty for All that helps all people receive the best care possible, no matter what language they speak. My name is Diego Luna, the project manager.
My name is Oscar Balasolis, and I am the product manager.
My name is Brian, and I'm the UI and UX designer.
My name is Samuel, and I'm the developer.
After conducting extensive research and analysis, we discovered that 58% of non-English speaking patients have reported receiving preoperative cognitive screening, as opposed to 89% of English speaking patients. In addition, we also discovered that 64.3% of locals within the USC area have reported difficulties in translating medical information at least once. Together, these findings highlight clear inconsistencies in care towards non-English speakers.
Here's our demo. We have a calendar feature in the middle. We also have a middle input section where users are able to put their basic information. We have a records page where it holds your medical information. We have an allergies tab where you're able to put like what you're allergic to, and you're also able to delete it as shown. We have a billing and insurance page where you put the front and back of your insurance for faster communication with your doctor. We do have a chat bot that helps with medical related questions. It assists you pretty much. We also inside of that have a translator which assists in over 243 languages.
Year to year, systems are improving, and it's making it easier to people fall down the cracks, especially in healthcare environments. Fixing this, we're being better care for everyone, no matter what language they speak.
Our closest competitors, ComU AI and Mable, are mainly popular within Middle Eastern and European regions. With that in mind, we plan to utilize this to our advantage by introducing our tool into the American market, where hundreds of languages are spoken throughout numerous cultures and backgrounds.
We plan to use social media to advertise our app to potential users, which gives our app an outlet to grow. With vendor referrals, we will partner up with local hospitals to promote our app.
We plan to put on one-on-one conversation feature where hospitals can easily access their patients, making healthcare easier. And currently, we're still finding the best ways possible to give healthcare, since systems are always improving. That's why we're here, to ask you guys to help us. And remember, Liberty is not just a translator. It's an app that helps all people receive the best care possible, no matter what language they speak.
First, we think it's a critically important app. Are people able to enter their data in any language, or are there limitations on the languages that you support?
I can answer that. So our app supports over 243 languages. So yes, you're able to input your information in another language, and you're able to like understand what it is that you're inputting.
Got a follow-up that you thought about how you can do. I think that we need a pilot test, right?
Yes.
You thought about how or where you would do a pilot.
So we're planning in the future further on do a pilot test around hospitals around LA, near us in our community, see how we connect to their systems. That way we hold a stronger relationship with them, and future on charge them in a licensing fee.
My question, go ahead, sorry. Okay. My question would be about care selection. So there's a lot of healthcare providers now that are on to select options to find providers that actually speak their language or come from your ethnicity. How does this compare or interface with that opportunity?
I'm not really like fully understanding your question. Can you like rephrase it?
Yes, what I'm saying is that we have healthcare now. A lot of healthcare providers provide you with the ability to actually select a provider that mirrors your ethnicity or speaks your language.
Yeah.
And when you're making a physician provider selection, how does this interface with that? How does this interact with comparison?
You want to take it?
I'll take it. So our app is focused on helping those circumstances, and in our communities, though people don't really get that opportunity. So since we're focused on Southern LA, people are not really well informed. So our app will inform them of these opportunities. That way they receive better care.
I would like to add on that like our app is also designed to improve on the efficiency of like intake and the process, because forms can be like time consuming, so we just want to eliminate that process, even if you don't speak a certain language that your doctor or nurse may.
So you're taking a lot of profile information, so you're talking about translation services, language. So how do you envision your profile information, insurance and all that being used? Do you envision the patient having it on the phone and handing it to the doctor? Or
To elaborate, so what our app does is it makes it like faster. It's like secure. It makes it faster for you to communicate with your doctor on what it is that like the issues that you have and whatnot. That's why we made our records. tab where you're able to put like your diagnosis, your allergies and whatnot. So say for a person who doesn't speak English and they have an English doctor, they'd be able to just show it off their phone to their doctor.
That's what I was asking. So that's what your
Yeah,
intent is. Get it off.
yes. Any other questions? No?
Amazing. Simply amazing. I might have lost words. I don't know about you guys, but for now, we'll be having a 10-minute break. So if you need water, you can get it over at the right. The bathrooms are also there. There's also a couple of bathrooms downstairs. So
Bro, this ain't too many others.
All right, let's start settling down.
How was your grade?
You guys feeling good again? All right, so here's a beautiful picture of our camp we did. We went to Cal Poly Pomona for 1 week, and we were able to provide these students with a college experience, which is very important since, you know, they're upcoming college students.
Feels like it was just yesterday. All the trials and tribulations and the challenges that tested their ingenuity and teamwork. I love it. And now we will have a speech from our class speaker, Seth Ramos.
Hello, my name is Seth Ramos. I've been given the privilege of speaking about my TXT experience on behalf of the SCLA class of 2025. Before joining TXT, I don't know of any opportunities that would allow me to get ahead. And it was only until last year I met Abraham, a former TXTer. One of my teachers told me about Abraham, all the connections he made, all the skills he knew, and how much further ahead he was compared to the average teenager. Immediately, I was interested. I wanted to learn as much as I could from him. He told me about TXT and explained that at TXT, he met many people, built his connections, and worked with the team on an app. I'll be honest, I didn't know whether I should take up this opportunity. But Abraham, my teacher, convinced me that this program will completely set me apart from others. So the second that the application process opened, I signed up right away. In the past, I thought I was actively taking initiative, speaking out, and doing everything I could. But at TXT, I realized there were a whole bunch of people just like me doing the same thing or better. All the other students in my cohort are amazing. Being able to call them close friends and brothers made it so that every day at TXT, I was learning something new, whether it was a skill, a fact about someone, or a piece of advice that had completely changed my process of thinking. When TXT started, I thought that I was going to fall behind because I was completely lost. I had no experience with code, and everyone seemed to know what to do. In reality, we were all a little lost, which made me a little more confident that this was part of the process. And if I wanted to stand out, I should try my hardest to help my peers. Unlike school, this program is completely different, and each challenge only felt harder than the last. But I learned skills that allowed me to think outside the box, reflect on my mistakes, and quickly try something different. This way of thinking was the most crucial aspect to my TXT experience. Since almost every day I worked on something, and whether it went my way or not, I knew there was at least 10 different ways that I could have approached it. Actually, applying this mindset was the hardest thing, but over time, I was able to improve myself by asking for help, finding different solutions I never would have thought of if I didn't take a different perspective. I'm grateful for everything that I learned at TXT. Without TXT, it would have taken me years to change this way of thinking. I never would have found so many valuable connections with my TXT brothers, and I probably wouldn't even have the courage to stand in front of an audience. I know that in whatever future I may pursue, I'll continue to embody TXT and its mindset I learned this summer, and I'll put all the effort I put in, all the time I dedicated, and how I felt when it got hard. I'll remember all this because to accomplish anything or to succeed, it takes time, effort, and perseverance. To finish off, I want to thank Abraham, the staff, Brian, Belizima, Adrian, John, all for their guidance, especially the coaches. Without this opportunity, I never would have made these connections. Without them, I never would have been able to learn from their example. Thanks to TXT, my ability as a leader has improved further than what I ever thought it could be. Thank you.
So thank you, Seth, for that wonderful presentation. So as you can see, TXT's main focus is to break the school to prison pipeline. And by doing that, we are offering opportunities to under-resourced people, such as free college dorming experiences, developing apps, working in an agile development team. This is all very important that they can really use for the futures and put on their resumes. So we'd ask for everybody in the crowd if they are willing to generously donate $1,000. Would anybody be able to? Thank you. We got one right here. Thank you. Anybody else?
All right, well, maybe you don't have $1,000. However, $500 could help any of our anybody in our cohort have the right technology that they may need for their programming or designing needs. Is anyone willing to provide $500? Oh, we have one right here. Thank you very much. Thank you. Do we have anyone else? Anyone at all? Okay, another one. Thank you. Someone's definitely getting that fancy new laptop. I'll tell you that. All right. We can move on.
Anybody else? Okay, well, thank you guys. I was very generous of you guys to donate $500. And next up, I would like to say a personal experience from TXT myself. So, since I'm a TXT alumni, I have been personally impacted by them, and they have provided me with multiple opportunities and have gave me the chance to work many internships over the years, and that really helps me with my portfolio and to achieve greater things. And I'm just one out of the hundreds of students that they impact every year. So would anybody be willing to donate $250? We have one right here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You know what? Another one.
$250 going once. 250 going twice. All right, well, maybe two.
So maybe 250 isn't what you have today. But I want to tell y'all about one of my favorite parts of the day, and I know it's your son's favorite part of the day, lunchtime. Your kids get so excited every Tuesday and Thursday because we provide them with lunch. Can we flip to the next slide? So we bring your kids Subway, pizza, what else have we had? Panda. Y'all love Panda. How many of y'all love Panda? They're actually not that big of a fan of Subway. It's been Panda, Panda, Panda. Oh, we got y'all Chick-fil-A? Yeah. Y'all get Chick-fil-A. If you are able to today sponsor under level 4, we will be able to bring that joy to your children another lunch. You will be able to sponsor a lunch. Is anybody here willing to sponsor lunch for the kids? Yeah, we got one right here. One right there. All right. Maybe one more sponsor right here, two more lunches. Maybe we can get them breakfast. Y por los padres que no hablen inglés, este es un $100 para que podemos agarrar a sus niños lonche o almuerzo. Tenemos los agarran Subway, Panda Express, Chick-fil-A, y sus hijos les gustan los lonches de aquí. Y es su favorito día de porción del día, cuando les dicen, oh, Justin, ¿es de Justin? Es Justin su favorito porción del día. Todos los niños les gustan tantísimo cuando les dice, ya es hora de lonche. Ay, ya se van. Antes que les dicen cuándo se pueden regresar. So again, this is your kid's favorite portion of the day, and I just want to let y'all know that we did have several parents who actually sponsored lunches throughout the summer, and we were able to bring them pizza on like random days. They really, really love that. So again, if any of you are able to create an impact here in a small way, it helps us get them software, it helps us get them lunches, helps us pay for our buses when we go on trips. I'm sure your kids, thank you. Another one right here. Another one right there. Awesome. So, how many parents heard about when their kids went to Snapchat, Google, Honda? Did your kids tell you about the trips they went on? Okay, good. We had some really awesome bus drivers this summer who had to navigate LA freeways, and that is very difficult. I do not know how they did it. They had to get around some hard corners, get through some tight, narrow passageways, and parallel park the bus. So for us to be able to have bus drivers like that, we got to get sponsorships, because it is just like the easiest way for us to be able to get all your kids together, and your kids love the bus. Who here had fun on the bus playing Brawl Stars? Yeah, I know y'all had fun on the bus. What are some other things y'all had fun on the bus Clash Royale, yeah. They have a lot of bonding time that happens actually on the bus, and I feel the portion that we go before the bus to after the bus, they come off the bus and they're like way closer together. So is anybody able to help out sponsors so we could take your kids on more tours? Get that bus one more time. Yeah, we got one right here. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Every single person who sponsored today, who sent a donation, I just want you all to know that this beyond, is that your hands raised? I've got another one right here. Let's go. Let's go. I just want you to know that every single one of you who sponsored today are making a difference in your son's life, not only by sending them to the program, but by supporting, by giving back for the next kid who comes, for your kid next summer, for the next time they come in. And I want y'all to know that I want you to know that your kids have a space here after the program. We've got a great makerspace, a cube where they can come learn 3D printing, get more help from the team, and little things like that. The 3D printer, like, it's about $20. Do we have another? It's about $20 to get a kilogram of 3D printing. And how many of you have 3D printed or seen the 3D printer in the space and like want to learn how to use it, or like interested in getting started in 3D printing? So I want to make it a goal that we start doing, classes and workshops and teaching them all these skills. So 3D printing filament costs about 20 kilograms. We could probably spread it around maybe 10 kids. So 2 rolls of filament, that's like a workshop. Who wants to sponsor a 3D printing workshop? $50. That's pretty good for a workshop. We could sponsor a whole workshop just off of $50. Who's got $50 today to help us out? 3D printing, let's see. Oh, we just did a workshop. I think I got it in my pocket. I got a lot in my pocket. Hold on.
This is where I lived until I got evicted. There was help, but no one told us where to find this help. I still remember the stress on my mother's face. Seeing her paying rent, trying to get up that money, as well as trying to feed us and stay strong.
I'm just not real clear how someone extracts help from it. Or what would be a scenario, or what would I input, and what that would impact as far as support?
So an input that you can put into our chatbot is something like, what is eviction moratorium? And it will give you a list of what it is from the documents that we have in our database.
To add on, we could also look into interactive map and see nonprofits, where people can spend less on expenses and save up for rent. So they go to these nonprofits, right, and they get free food.
Have you considered running this as a nonprofit, where you can get donations from folks, still pay for salaries to run it, but it's hard to extract money from the people that need it.
That is actually something new that we haven't thought about, and we thank you for bringing that idea to us.
Along those lines, I think we should be also looking at government agencies such as LASA. The county has a lot of money, and of course, the city of Los Angeles has a lot of money. That creates opportunity for you all to present an out-of-box idea for additional funding resources. So similar along the lines of nonprofit model.
That's a great idea. We're also looking into getting in contact with lawyers who are studying for the pro bonos, who are main focus on that. So we can ensure that our customers get free legal aid.
Adding on to what he said, we're gonna get legal assistance in order to make sure that our AI chatbot is giving actual legal advice that is in the requirements for legal assistance. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Abel. Thank you, nice cover. Next up, we'll have Abel come up.
Hello, my name is Franco. I'm the developer.
Hello, my name is Incia. I'm the product manager.
I'm Jason, the project manager.
And my name is Zenith. I'm the designer.
And we are really proud to present you Anvil. I found myself crying in the bathroom stall. A close family member had just been hospitalized, and I was absolutely devastated. And as I walked out, a boy my age looked at me and he said, "Why the hell are you crying? You know men don't cry."
That's where we found out that young males are usually told to hide their feelings and emotions, which leads them to grow up thinking vulnerability is a weakness. That silence could hurt them, their relationships, and the people that one day raise. Every year, around 4,000 to 5,000 young males commit suicide. Harmful norms around the term "man up" cost society over 15.6 billion annually by loss of productivity, premature death costs, and more. But these aren't just statistics. These are our sons, brothers, friends who never got the chance to heal.
We aim to help males ages 13 to 27, which is over 40 million people in the US alone.
And now that you understand our problem and who we're trying to help, this is how Anvil actually works. First, users can create their persona. This will help them generate daily and weekly practices that they can use to work towards building their ideal self. The task can be accessed to the homepage. Second of all, there's Bobber. Bobber is our friendly, non-judgmental AI that listens like a friend. He's sure to help you reflect and engage in healthy communication responses. Finally, there's our daily debunk, which helps combat unhealthy masculine myths.
While mental health apps like Meadow, Heat Change It, and BetterHelp offer basic tools, they lack advanced AI and user connection. Anvil stands out from this by providing better AI tools, community building, and a design based in strength rather than help. Not to mention, Heat Change It doesn't even function well properly. This is our revenue system for Anvil. First off is our subscription method. For $4.99 a month, our members unlock our best tools, such as better AI tools and personalized analytics. Secondly is our donation method. For each dollar, 40% goes to mental health charities, 40% goes to low-income users for flex pricing, and 20% goes directly into us. And lastly is our B2B partnerships. We want to partner up with schools and universities, offering admin anonymous analytics and each student the most premium version of Anvil.
And again, my name is Franco.
My name is Incia.
My name is Jason.
And my name is Zenon. With Anvil, vulnerability becomes strength. Thank you.
I think this is a critical application. Thank you for that. I've used it before, but I think your approach, what we call a surgical approach, you take a very narrow target and it's much more effective than you are only targeting young men who are 18 to could you show us a little more about how the app actually responds
So unfortunately, our demo is pre-recorded, so we can't actually show it to you right now. But yes, we could describe it, of course.
I felt like this happened in a pretty emotional moment.
So first of all, you might want to either go to our AI assistant, Robert, or the community chats. In the community chats, you could just vent and just speak out on what you're feeling. In the future, we'll add an anonymous mode for people who want to speak out their mind but don't exactly want to reveal who they are. And Bobbert, you can just ask him a question or just tell him how you're feeling, and he will help you try to understand your feelings and how to overcome them. If it gets to a situation where you're feeling very emotional, you might think of harming someone or yourself, Bobber will notice and he'll help you contact the 988 hotline, which is a suicide prevention hotline, or call someone who can help you deal with this.
You mentioned a revenue model and the possibility of getting donations. Generally speaking, if you're asking for donations, that typically means nonprofits. It's like I mentioned last. As I'm sitting here thinking about it, I think you might have trouble getting money from young men who, have these issues. You don't want that to be a stumbling block. You want to help them. So also potentially consider a nonprofit and/or consider two versions of it. One for young men and not necessarily targeting. One for older subsidize young men, and it might have slightly different features.
Thank you.
So my question would be, the example that you gave was somewhat of culture. Does the AI help to adapt to different cultural experiences to help a person navigate their mental crisis?
I feel like I need you to rephrase your question because I'm not sure I'm understanding it. Sorry.
So culture plays a big factor in how we process information in the world. So does the AI have the adaptability to help navigate cultural norms?
Oh, okay. So say someone from a Latino background, they would experience something maybe different than someone who was Black or Asian or something like that. Currently, we don't have a system implemented in that, but that's something that we will value when going forward with our product. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ando. Who here is gonna watch the 2026 World Cup? Yeah. All right, then you guys will be excited for Food Talent.
Hi, my name is Isaac. I'm Scrum Leader. My name is Afria, and I'm the UI UX Designer.
Hi, my name is Gary, and I'm the developer.
Hi, my name is Orion. I'm the Product Manager.
And we are Foot Talent.
Our dream has took on two reasons: stadium lights, chants in the crowd, and the name of the back of a jersey. But dreams cost money where I came from. We have one small park, one ball, and a group of kids who love the game. While kids in my neighborhood had talent, but not opportunities. While kids in their neighborhoods trained with personal coaches and got scouted, we were filming highlights on a cracked phone, hoping anyone would notice. Many hardworking young soccer players in low-income U.S. communities are overlooked, not because they lack skill, but because they lack access to training, exposure, connections to coaches and clubs.
And we didn't see this in our neighborhoods. We served over 100 players and coaches and saw the same thing. Talent is everywhere, but opportunity isn't. That's why we built Foot Talent.
And here's how it works. At the top is our AI-powered search, built to help coaches and players find exactly what they need, filtering location, age, position, and skills so no one has to scroll endlessly. Below are suggested coaches and clubs, clips of the week to showcase rising players, and a food shop where players will soon be able to buy gear directly from the app. Want to post your own highlights? Tap create and record and upload instantly. Your profile brings it all together, showcasing your overview, your stats, your media, and even your contact info, so coaches can reach players directly. And finally, the spotlight, a space where players can share their clips, coaches can like or comment, and talent gets discovered every day.
And that's how Foot Talent gives the tools to players to be seen and the tools to coaches to find real talent. But why now? With the 2026 FIFA World Cup coming to the US, soccer interest is about to explode, and Foot Talent will make sure none of that new talent goes unnoticed.
To reach our players, we are growing our social media, and we see a big potential partnership from local sporting brands to even next MLS. We also have secured already with the local field owner who runs the Sunday League and giving us a direct connection to players, coaches from day one.
As for competition, Max Preps focuses on high school stats, while NCSA focuses on college matching. None of these help overlook players and not look players at the same time. That's where Foot Talent stands out.
To reach our players and coaches, we are growing our social media Instagram account, and we also plan to host pickup soccer games for them to connect to Foot Talent directly.
And here's how we'll turn Foot Talent into a sustainable business. Foot Shop, where players can buy gear directly in the app and ads placed in Spotlight naturally so it doesn't ever interrupt the user experience.
And this is just the beginning for Foot Talent. We plan on making Foot Talent global, expand it to other sports, and have multilingual support so every player anywhere has a chance.
From global access to new sports, this is only the beginning of Foot Talent.
But our mission will always stay the same. No talent will go unnoticed.
We are Foot Talent, the bridge to new tomorrow.
I see and love to tie into World Cup coming. is there any reason you would ever limit this just to football? Seems like it carries to any sport.
Okay, so if you didn't catch it in our future plans, we plan on like expanding our scope to different sports and creating new apps for that. And for now, we just want to focus on football, soccer, so we can really dial in and be very specific with our features.
And to add on, we are planning to expand to other sports, but we're not trying to shy away from food talent, but also give recognition to popular sports in US, like for example, football and basketball, and even golf.
If I understand it right, me as an athlete, information, but also coaches who have access to this to be able to find the students.
Oh yeah, so we have a different UI for coaches and players. So like for example, the suggested for you, for players it will be suggested coaches and players. But like for coaches, it will be suggested players. Same thing with the AI search bar. Since it's tailored to every user's account, it will be different for coaches and players. So to answer your question, yes, it will be different for coaches. Yes.
And what I'm mistaken is that from that coach's side, being able to find great talent that has been previously undiscovered is probably a marketable resource. So you might be able to get revenue from the coach side or from the people who are trying to recruit it, and also then you help the players better package and market themselves. So it solves two problems. I like it.
My question was aligned with Doug, which is this really hinges on the coaches actually having access to find the players. So what is your strategy to ensure that the coaches are actually using this to make this worthwhile?
So for like we said, we have our AI search app, so it makes it easier for coaches to find players in their area and like basically search for them. But on our spotlight section, that's where instead of like other social media where it's like different medias, different like videos, it's gonna be solely soccer. So they're gonna be able to scroll through, find players that they think they have skill, and they're gonna be able to click on their profiles and look at the profiles and like contact them. Does that answer your question?
How do they know you exist?
How did they know you exist? Okay, so Afraid, you wanna take on?
So yeah, when you log in, you'll put your info, like let's say that also.
Coaches, yeah, how do coaches even know the app exists?
Oh, okay.
So we have, I also not serve it, but I also got in connection with the local field owner who runs a Sunday league and he's giving us able to be on the field and use those pickup games, and also giving us the opportunity to put our app onto the field and run it throughout the league.
Somewhere in the demo, you had prices with people, 1,800.
So that was placeholders, but for Footshop, our main goal for now is to contact local gear shops and resellers and have affiliate partnerships, so they will be able to sell their gear on our app, and we will get commissions for that. And in the future, once we grow our user base, we plan on actually making like partnerships with bigger brands and getting more money from that. Yeah.
But you had the player with $1. There was one part of your demo that showed $1 amount on top of a player, different player, different.
Yeah, in the search bar, it showed like several coaches, and well, basically the dollar amount would be showing like, oh, that would be like $1,000 per session, per hour, maybe in a public session and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, that was coaches selling themselves as
Yes.
a trainer?
Yes.
Okay.
Very good.
All right. Last but certainly not least, we have Immobilize. Woo!
My name is Toby, and I'm Scrum Master.
My name is Alejandro, and I'm product manager.
My name is John Juarez, and I'm the developer.
My name is David, and I'm designer. Imagine this. You're going back to where you parked the e-scooter, hoping that it's there. And when you get there, it's gone. Locked or no locked, you've been robbed. That's exactly what happened to my friend. He said that moment back in frustration and helplessness, and that stuck with me. This is because e-scooter theft is becoming a rising issue across college campuses. Students rely on the e-scooters to get to work, school, and home safely. But because of little public awareness, more and more are being stolen. This is causing financial stress, limiting mobility, and worst of all, no real system to prevent it.
We surveyed over 100 college students, and as we can see, 72% of them said that they had their e-scooter stolen. And we also asked how confident they felt on the safety of their scooter. Most students ranked themselves between a 1 and a 2, with 100% of our responders using locks.
So in the app, you'll see users check safe zones, notify of any alerts using USC's real reports, and have conversations with the community. If something unfortunate happens to your scooter, you can quickly make a report to the authorities. The process is quick and easy, and the authorities will be notified. If you want to go somewhere, and if you want to check if it's safe, you can. Our AI analyzer will tell you if it's safe or not, depending on what's happening in the area.
We are potentially partnering with USC DPS as they could help promote our app, encourage users to a safer parking habit, and increase awareness.
Right now, we're focused on two major goals: expansion and hardware. First, we want to expand to other colleges around the Los Angeles area, since we know that this problem isn't just at USC. Also, we have an idea of implementing hardware that will not only sync with our app, but it will also have a more effective solution towards our problem.
Our revenue comes from two subscription tiers, our basic and premium. For $199 for the basic plan, you'll get advanced features such as real-time theft alerts, smart parking guidance, and access to verified safe zones. On our premium plan, you'll have all the features, advanced features of the basic plan, but also embedded insurance.
Our main competitor is stable micromobility, but we have 3 key advantages. First, we use AI technology to guide students to safer parking. Second, we are actively around trying to partner with other universities. Lastly, our insurance not just covers their lock, but covers their whole scooter.
Over the past few weeks, we experienced many difficulties, change of teams, and even teammates leaving. We solved this problem by regrouping and focusing our energy, which brings us immobilized. Because prevention beats replacement.
Does your app allow the owner to monitor the scooter?
Yeah, in our future plans, what I mentioned was that we have an idea of implementing hardware that will sync with our app and have a GPS tracker on it.
Why not just put an Apple tag on it, or hide it, or somehow put it in?
In our future plans, we're thinking of using the same technology as Apple AirTags. It's called low Bluetooth energy. And it's simple where you can put a battery on it and it will last a whole year. So with that in mind, our GPS tracker could also rival with Apple AirTag.
And for us, we give more value than just tracking your scooter.
To also add, it has a sensing system and an alarm system as well. So when it breaks, it will send an alarm, and it will be notified to the USC DPS.
And we're also planning on implementing a kill switch, so it'll disable your e-scooter if anything happens to it.
That's kind of hardware.
Future plans we've been thinking about.
And is it targeted predominantly houses?
We've seen the popularity is increasing over the years. And such as last year, there's a 40% increase of college students only using scooters to commute in these diverse campuses.
Are there not like line bikes and whatever, all these other scooters that you see, aren't they already
Yeah, sure, but most of these students don't want to rent and spend more money over their 4 years in college. They want to buy their own personal scooter so they could not pay any extra costs.
Is your primary audience the manufacturers of the scooters or the buyers?
I would say the buyers.
Have you considered what it would actually do to your business revenue if you actually market to the manufacturers to have this pre-installed software?
May you elaborate?
So I'm seeing an opportunity here for actually to go a step above and go directly to the manufacturer. So all this comes pre-installed, and therefore you become a part of the actual manufacturing of the scooter as opposed to retrofitting.
Well, I understand what you're saying, yeah, and it's a great idea. We, in our future plans, we're planning to use hardware, so that could boost our hardware features and like make it more integrated and user friendly for the users.
Thank you.
Thank you, Immobile. Now our judges will deliberate to come to a conclusion on the winners.
All right. In the meantime, we will be watching a video further detailing the mission of TXT and its impact on the youth.
Going to empower everyone using it. We understand this statistics here in South Central Los Angeles, trying to break that. Our marquee program that we have is Coding Leadership Academy program, where young men of color are placed in teams of 4 in a rotational program. They're creating apps, launching products, and then pitching them.
When I first joined the program, I was very extremely shy. I did not speak voluntarily unless I was called on. But then throughout my years through the program, I was constantly put into these situations where I had to speak up for myself, I had to advocate for myself. And TX was a leadership skill, how to pitch an idea that I have and defend that idea in front of investors.
I think a lot of the students that come in there have very different perspectives, very different backgrounds. Yet we all come from South Central. I think that was one of the huge things that ultimately we can't be the same environment, we can't experience the same things. And we understand there's so many disparities that go along with our communities. One of the things that we really push the students to do is how to be entrepreneurs. We put them in teams, they build products, they launch products, they're pitching these products to C-level executives. And most importantly, they're loving themselves and they're loving their communities.
The biggest impact that I've had in my life is the sense of getting out of my comfort zone. So now, through this experience, to be able to present large amounts of people, for example, in our demo day, we're presenting in front of hundreds of people with our product, and I feel confident now to speaking in front of those people.
It goes beyond science, and it goes beyond this scope of working on a project firsthand. It goes building these relationships with these people, building the relationship with your community, and all having the confidence to really challenge the status quo in your own life.
What we're trying to grow is our opportunity to expand structurally so that we can, at the end of the day, are able to impact all the users of South Central Los Angeles.
I really, really love that video because it's actually filmed a lot of portions inside of Eileen and Young Academy here on campus at USC. And that's the school that I go to for my master's program. So it really brings me joy to see that these young men are in the same place that university students, master's students, graduate students who have, worked until they're, 22, 23 years old and 25 getting into master's. and your kids are there in the exact same place that other people are learning, and they're taking these opportunities and they're going farther, rising to expectations, going beyond expectations. And I just think that's really beautiful. And I think it's nothing without a parent behind them who could say, son, you've got this, son, you can do this, son, I believe in you. And there's a few particular students who I felt, wow, your parents must really be just right there behind you, just giving you all the props. And I definitely remember, you know, my parents and even my father and my family right now, they're all watching on the live stream. My parents are always telling me, like, you've got this, you're a star, you know, you're the greatest. And I think it's really important to give props to those parents who really do that. So I want to give props to all of you. First off, give yourselves a hand. But there was a particular parent who I got to talk to one day, and I just had to take the moment to tell them, like, hey, your son really does take the opportunity to speak up in class, ask questions. He's really self-assured, really proud of himself. But like beyond that, like he's out there networking with C-level executives. He's asking questions about economics and politics. He's reading the news, I can tell, because every day he's coming in and asking me like very like updated, like well-informed questions. I said, I just want you to know that like I can really tell it's because of your parenting. And I was actually talking to the student's mother, and I you know, kind of in my own assumption was like, you're really pushing your son to do better in school. And when we got to talking, she told me, you know, it's really my husband. My husband's the one who's pushing my son to do better and to do more. And I offered the opportunity for her to speak, but she really took one upon herself to give the opportunity to someone else to rise up. So I'd like to invite Eddie up to the stage to speak and tell us a little bit just about how you do it and how you were able to get your son so well motivated.
Well, that's a lot of question in one, but first I'd like to say thank you to everyone that's here. Thank you to all the parents that brought their children here, because that shows them that you're behind them. Thanks to the staff, USC, and everyone that volunteered, alumni and all, because I've seen a major change in my son. He was very quiet, always thinking though. He was the thinker. He's the thinker. And I grew up hard. Someone here created an app about men don't cry, suck it up. That was my father. And it was tough, but he told me, I'm raising a man to be a father, to be a leader. So I took that in my parenting, but I also took it a step further to encourage, to motivate, to reassure that it's okay to cry, but it's okay to stand up. The only dumb question is the one you don't ask. So I really love this program, even though it was short, 8 weeks for the summer. When my son came home and told me, Dad, I have this opportunity. What do you think? I said, go for it, take it. You have to network, expand your mind, think outside the box, and encourage our children to do the same. Think outside the box, encourage them. Good job, mijo. I'm glad, you know, you're networking, because now I see the change in him. He's got a fire lit with him. Like-minded children, you know, when I drive them here from Carson to here, it's about a 35-minute drive every day. I brought him here, and my wife would pick him up, take him home. We work opposite shifts. I work nights, she works days. It works for us, where someone's always home, encouraging and pushing our sons and daughters. I'm only a high school graduate. I'm a blue-collar worker, but I encourage my son to go a step further, go to college, get that master's, maybe that PhD, you know, because life is hard. Nothing's easy. Opportunity passes by our children's door every day. It's whether you open it and get out there and grab it. You're either going to be a user of technology, or you're going to be the future of technology. You're going to be able to create it, build it. And this program extremely does that. And I see the change in my son. He's out there like Mrs. Beautiful said. That's in the English version of her name. Miss Beautiful said that he's out there networking with older people. And that's one thing our youth needs to do is talk to your parents, your grandparents, your friends' grandparents, because they're the past, but you're the future. And by learning from them, you won't repeat the same mistakes, but you'll be able to grow and use technology to help in every way, from medical to sports to safety. I saw great presentations here today. I wish all of you the best. And, this campus, this program, you alumni, you guys are doing something awesome here. And it really shows, and I thank all of you. And so the parents out there, just keep encouraging your children, your sons, your daughters to want more. Just give them that, you got it, you got this, you can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to. And that's what I always told my sons and daughters. You could be anything and do anything as long as you put your mind to it. Everything takes hard work. Nothing is easy, because if everything was easy, everybody would do it. So you have to be a fighter, a wanter, and just go after it. So thank all you, and just thank you.
I'm telling y'all, you're giving your kids the best opportunity possible by bringing them here. And just the way that you're supporting them, this is something unseen of. You guys are really like, we tell your kids all the time, you kids are doing something that no one else across the country is doing, but you parents are also doing something that perhaps other parents across the country, they're just throwing the towel in. My kid goes to high school, he makes the attendance, that's fine. You are the parents who are going to push your kids to the next level. We're seeing now more students than ever going to college, going to masters, and rising above from what they came from, taking it not just like leaping from what we've seen generations before from grandparents to parents, like beyond that leap now. Like your kids are going to be millionaires, multimillionaires, billionaires. Like you will see it. Believe in your kid, and I know you do.
Thank you very much. Give Bates my business. I think she's gonna be my new boss. I wanted to answer some questions while the judges, so this is our time for us to talk and answer some questions from parents, from partners, from people who are in the audience. I might not get a chance to talk to you after this, because everybody, I'm talking to a lot of people. But before I do that, I want to see if the alumni who are here, if you guys can stand up, the alumni, you're working out there, if you can stand up, please stand up, and we can recognize the people who are here. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Always good to see the alumni come back and support the next generation. So that's always exciting. It's awesome. Some of them have come from like Santa Barbara and drove down to be here with us. We have others who work like at Microsoft, SpaceX, managed properties, have their own company. So if you saw the alumni, you want to talk to them, you should talk to them to see how the program helped them, because they have, I think, the best stories, and everybody has a very unique story. That being said, I want to make sure that I take questions, and hopefully I get to as many questions as possible. If you have questions, what's going to happen next, what's going on with students. But yesterday we had a meeting with parents, and parents came in at night, so I answered a lot of questions. But for those of you who were not there, if there's anybody who has any questions or any comments about what are we doing at TXT and what's going to happen with TXT in the future, this is the time to ask. So, algunos padres tienen preguntas o algo que quieren preguntar, esta es la hora de preguntar para que dé información yo y puede contestar algunas preguntas que yo pueda contestar en este momento. So, if there's anybody questions? Yeah, please.
I like this in the program, and I think it's a great program. I'm very excited for him and for all the boys in the program. Is this limited to LA? Because we're not from LA, and so I don't know if there's something similar that my son is 11, and I would love for him to start exploring something similar to this. I don't know if this is limited to the LA area, or there's something that I can, so maybe you guys can create an app about other counties.
Currently we are here in LA County. However, that doesn't stop you. Like we have people from Ventura County come. The one of the restrictions we have, the reason we're doing so much fundraising, one of the reasons, right? One of the restrictions we have, we don't provide transportation. So applaud to the parents, because they're the ones who bring them. Like they come. I mean, they come from very, very far. They drop them off, Or I think the big win this summer that I enjoy for parents is several of them told me that they actually learned how to use the bus. So I was like, oh, that's a great skill. Like, I'm glad they learned how to use the bus, right? So we don't provide transportation, but with that being said, you can still come if you're able to make it over here in the summer, right? We also have workshops on Saturdays, for students that we're gonna start promoting on our social media. So if you're not following on Instagram, it's at UrbanTXT. Follow us on social media on Instagram, and we'll be announcing things that we'll be doing through there. But you're always welcome to apply. If he is in the 11th grade, 11 years old, he still has 3 more years to go before he can join TXT in the summer program. So you're more than welcome to start getting him ready. Like, hey, learn how to use the bus, so you can go. No, I'm just kidding. But just start preparing for that, because as you can see, it's a great program, and it's not everywhere that is happening. So I was just talking to an engineer here who works at Riot Games, and he was telling me he wished he had this when he was in high school. And I think all of us do. They probably don't see it yet, but they're so much more advanced they can never imagine. And one day it'll be like, oh yeah, well, we're so advanced. But it's like some of us who missed out on investing in Microsoft back in the days. Oh yeah, I remember that company. Any other questions? Thank you for your question. Any other questions from parents? Yes.
Fantastic work. Amazing work, fantastic work. Thank you for, I'm honored to be here. Quick question about internships. Do you have any collaborations for internships possibly? Did you hear me?
Can you say it one more time so everybody can hear you?
Yes, I was just asking about internships. If you have any collaborations, any prospects for your students to connect and form connections, networking, or possible internships.
So currently, the answer to that is yes, we do have internships that we give. In fact, every year we give about 10 internships during the summer. Some, to be very honest, are paid and some are unpaid, but most of them are paid internships that we partner with different partners. Now, during this fall, the one help that we're asking everyone here is to connect us with companies who are willing to hire our youth, right? To be able to connect us. One, to connect us with them, because we are want to raise funding through that process to be able to say, hey, if you hire a youth, maybe we can have a collaboration, because it does cost us about $3,000, $3,500 for the summer program for them, and this program is free to all of them. It's not one penny goes to them. So we're trying to connect with companies, and we've done that where a company will donate $10,000, we'll provide an intern to them and continue doing that with them. So that's one way you can help, and we can connect with internships. The other thing is, if you know a nonprofit, if you know a small business, and a lot of them, or a mid-sized business, are saying, we need an app developed, we need AI, we need consulting, then you can help us get in contact with them, because we also give them internships. So as we contract with them, we also hire them to be able to do some of that work as well. And that's a very strong model that we have, because that's what sets them aside from when they apply for other jobs, right? You probably understand that very well, where if they do have real life experience, they can go apply to other jobs. So right now, there's an AI company who's probably going to hire 1 or 2 of our youth that we have, and one of them hopefully is going to be well, not hopefully, but he is a senior in high school, so hopefully he gets hired. So we're starting to see that that's happening more and more, where they're so valuable in the skills they learn. And as I was talking to the engineer from Riot Games, I take pride not on the technology, I take pride in how good they are about positioning themselves, being confident about themselves, giving their ideas, speaking in public, sitting at the table and really understanding what they're saying. So that's really the part that we take more pride in, because we know that that's what's going to get them into the door, into the job, and that's what's going to keep them in the job. So I never worry when people say, what about all these layoffs happening? I say, I don't worry, because I know my alumni are staying in there, like they're staying in there. And with that, we got to figure out what they're missing to make sure that they continue in those processes. So I'm saying, if you know anybody who needs a website done, app done, or just consulting in general of artificial intelligence, let us know, because you will be helping us not continue the program only, but also hire somebody else in the community.
I also think just participation in the program in general will really help them to gain the skills to get an internship. For example, how many of you talked with someone from Snapchat, Honda, or YouTube after we went to the tour because you networked a meeting with them? So all of these kids are, and if you have a LinkedIn connection with any of those people that we went on tours with. So they're all really good now at doing this for themselves. Many of them have been able to network meetings, coffee chats, and just reaching out. So I do believe like they already have the skills that they'll need to get ahead to get the internship, even if we don't know what those opportunities are at this current moment.
And the one component about TXT that we are 100% in, 150% in, that we tell everybody who goes through our program, is that once they're a texter, once they finish this program, they're always a texter. So they'll have my number, the staff number, they can call us, they can text us, but we will always support them in whatever they need. And we'll go to them, whether they're a young professional or not. We still get together with the alumni, and the alumni will tell you, I'll still go to them, we'll still get together in a circle and talk about what they need, what are the needs that they want to have, and continue building that. Because to us at TXT and in this community, it's important that they continue networking with each other, because they're going to hire each other, right? And that's really the goal. It's no secret. I want them to hire each other. I want them to get them into these jobs. And I always tell them, if you do a good job, somebody else can hire you. So we do that. I'll take one more last question because the judges are here and they're breathing really hard. This happens every year. They're like, 8 groups, 9 groups, who are going to choose. So I'll take one last question while the other judge comes in.
So this is my son's first year in the program. If he wanted next summer to apply again, can he apply again? Does he learn something different?
So the question is, can my son apply again? The answer is yes. In fact, we want him to come back one more year. So it's not the same application. This is one sheet. We just want to make sure that paper says I'm committed to you. That's really what it is. But from here on, like if anybody of them said, hey, we all want to come back next year, we're like, you're in. We want you back, right? So do they get new skill sets? Yes. Remember, only because you learn how to ride a bicycle doesn't mean that you know how to do a wheelie, right? And only because you know how to ride a bicycle doesn't mean that you know how to jump over a rock, right? So do they learn new skills? Yes. Every single time they come, they're going to learn new skills, right? Every single time they're going to remember how to do it. The real key is that the second year, they ingrain the habit of doing more than asked for, ingrain the habit of taking initiative, ingrain the habit of scheduling their own projects, ingrain the habit of creating a roadmap on how they're going to finish a project. The second year, we don't give them a coach. We don't even care whether they're finished or not. And that's on purpose, the second year. Because the second year is more of an independent study of workflow where they are managing their own time. They're setting up their own meetings. They're setting up their own calendars. They're thinking about what is my product going to be on my project. I'm asking the right questions. So it's really them. Yes, we still look into them. Yes, we still give them advice. But at the same time, we really are very clear and say, hey, you're going to be on your own this summer, right? And we have that conversation with parents like we're having now. The second reason we do that very well is because when they go to college, that first year, that freshman year in college, you're not going to be there for them, right? They probably don't even know how to do laundry right now, right? And they have to figure out how to do laundry and get the red shirt with their white shirt and get it all messed up. And they go, Mom, I messed up, right? So what I'm saying is that skill set the second year is ingrained, right? They're going to be on a college campus. They're going to be learning with themselves. They don't have to come and ask for help more, right? This first year, they ask for help, but we have to remind you got to ask for help. You got to ask for help. You know, if you don't know how to do something, you got to come. The second year, it's more of like, I got to now go and ask for help. And I got to be okay with saying, I don't know this. I need help, right? And we want to make sure they ingrain that because the second year, when they go to college, it's set. Now, the third thing about coming back, and I tell them all this, and everybody, and this is data that we have. The alumni or the individual who have come back 2 years in a row, right, 2 summers in a row, they're more likely to graduate from a 4-year university with high GPA. And we've seen that, like we actually have seen that because we have peers that haven't come back the second year, and the one who did come back, you know, he'll have a 3.5, 3.8 GPA as he graduates from 4-year university. The other one will struggle a little bit more. And we believe part of that is because during the summer program, the second year, they're just doing it on their own. right? They're sitting on their tongues, they're reaching out to their mentor, they're reaching out to people and saying, how do I get this done? Right. So I think that the second year is really important. You know, I want to have all of them to come back, right? But we're always competing with soccer, football, and everything else. But I always tell people, I said this to the parents last night. I said, look, that's great. I want you to do that, right? But that's not going to get you 100 grand at the end of soccer season, right? So this, you can do that. We've seen it. There's certain things you have to do to get to that position. Because if you don't do those certain things, you're not going to get no matter what. You gotta get some skill sets. You know, the value that you bring to a company, to yourself, or to any company you create. That's what we're asking people to understand is come back. You're here, come back and do it again. It's not going to be any more easier, but guess what? That's going to be your life until we pass away. You know, keep thinking things, right? So but I love them. I love everybody who's here. I appreciate every parent, every supporter, you know, to be here today, and the judges. Who's presenting? One team. We'll start with third place and go down to second first. Okay, you want to come up here? All right, give them a round of applause for the judges. I'm gonna have the judge. So for the students, once you come here, can we have the other two judges here so they can shake their hands and all that stuff? And when they call the group, okay, when they call a group, you know, make sure the pictures will be there. Make sure you smile, right? Be proud of yourselves. Give them a round of applause. They don't do a good job. It's really difficult what they've done, but they did it. Kids will call a name, they're going to come here, make sure you come here and shake their hands and take pictures with them and take time to do that. And remember, you're already a winner. You've gone through a lot. So remember that, okay? Anything you want to say before we go? Third place, right?
Yep, third place first. So let me first say, amazing, all of you. Just incredible. When I think of what you're doing, what you've accomplished at this age, amazing. There's a few folks that I came into one of the classes a few weeks ago, and then a few of you reached out to me. I'm open for any of you moving forward, right? So regardless, after we finish today, happy to give more feedback on any of your ideas or new ideas. So connect with me on LinkedIn. You can send me a note there. Happy to talk to you. So the first winner, third place, really impressed with, I thought it was an incredibly important application in the community. I thought it was novel. I haven't seen anything like it. I imagine how important, how useful it would be. And that is Xcover. Really great job.
All right, it was, I gotta be frank, it was a very difficult decision. In fact, we argued for quite a while. And we all had our personal favorites for different reasons. And, you know, it's a tough thing because you can look at an application that we think will have tremendous positive social impact. But then we also have to say, well, how doable is it? You know, how complicated is it? How, you know, all of that. So I don't want anyone to think if they're not one of the top 3 teams that their application was not wonderful, because they all were great. This is, you know, we argued for a long time to come down to the final 3. But the second place one was you know, one of my personal favorites, to be frank, and it was Liberty.
Right? So I have the real duty here to say who the top winner is. And as Doug explained, like this was very difficult because there were several that we believe are tackling some of the most important issues, not within just our time, but within Los Angeles County. And so that made it very challenging for us to kind of think through. But I'm not a tech guy, I'm a social one. Yeah, we can talk.
And
about
also,
that.
could I let them know what the winners are gonna win? Okay.
Of course.
So all summer, your students really got to know their MacBooks. So we are giving our first place winners a MacBook Pro and $3,000, correct, for their companies to start getting into development. So we will be giving them money to actually get these companies up and off the ground. So this is really big. This is their first time getting seed money. And I think these students who are going to get this are really going to take full advantage of making the most out of that money. So it's something really to be excited about.
So as we think about all those things and we think about I'll call the drum roll just a second. The person that the team that we chose is based upon what we believe has the potential for great marketing, the teams for expansion, and that is going to be car care. Who's the marketing guy on the team? Who's the PR?
The marketing right here. My name is Elijah Sanchez. This whole summer, I've been blessed by God to have these amazing individuals I could call teammates and brothers. This whole summer, me, Alejandro, and Joel have said this whole summer that we envision winning. We envision having our handbooks handed to us. And best of all, I'll be honest, frankly, without Kai as our coach, I don't think we could have done it. Like this man has been there for us. He's texted us and tell us that if you want to hop on a Zoom call or a FaceTime call to help us with that, he's always there. And this man has told me he's gonna help me write my college essays, and I know he's gonna fulfill this promise. And I just want to say thank you to Kai. Kai, can you please come on stage, sir?
Thank you so much for that, Elijah. I just want to say this program has been really awesome, meeting all your kids. They're all really smart and great. I wish I had this program when I was younger. I'm really proud of these guys. I told them no matter what happens, I'm super proud of what they've done. I've seen them grow these past 8 weeks. And yeah, thank you for sharing it with me.
I just want to say thanks to everyone, especially obviously my team and Kai. We really were on our sub this whole summer, and it's Alejandro did so much work because he was developing. So honestly, to me, he had the hardest job because he was the one that was on the computer the whole day, typing and coding and searching, doing research. But I'm glad that he was able to get his work done. And also Elijah did a lot of market research and validations and all that. I was just managing them, make sure that they got their work done on time, kind of making but I also did work, I did research on my own, and I also helped Elijah with his research. I couldn't help Alejandro much because coding not really my thing, but we all did a lot of work, and I want to say thank you to everyone, the staff, the coaches. We had a lot of fun during the summer camp and during this summer, and the staff is really cool. So yeah.
Like the first time I got to TXT, there was a time where I felt like kind of different because like I thought my team wouldn't win, but now with the MacBook in my hand, now I got nervous. Where's actually you got put to you?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, judges. You guys can go ahead and thank you so much for everything you guys all do. Thank you for being here. Congratulations. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Give it up for them again one more time. I always get nervous for all of them on the day of. But the one thing I always say every year is that they always come through for themselves. They always support themselves, and they keep supporting themselves every year, every summer that happens. Before anything, I want to make sure I don't forget to bring up the coaches. So just in case you don't know, you understand TXT, we have our texters when they go to college after their first year in college, they come back and become coaches. So they help the next generation out. So it's a whole cycle that we have going back and forth. Then they will also have students from like Stanford come over and help as well. And Stanford Sensitive here. So I want to bring all the coaches up to stage so we can thank them all. Thank you all the coaches. Come here, coaches, up to the stage. We cannot do it without the coaches. We couldn't have done it without the coaching. Now let Bellissima say some words about the coaches because she.
I would say this is my team. This is my group. These all the way over here. These coaches, when I first came in on my first day for the program, first thing I did was meet the coaches, and I immediately took notes on all of them, what schools they go to, what majors they all are, like what their interests are. But honestly, I really only referenced those notes maybe once or twice because I got to know these people way better through actually working with them. And I would just want to say that every single one of you, I know you're all in college and like, especially like after the freshman year, you want to just like hang out, but you guys are really doing the extra step by going ahead and like already giving back, like not waiting until like you're giving back to your own kids or anything, like giving back to other people out here. And I think that's really important, but I also want you to know that you guys really grew over the summer in your skills, in your leadership, in delegation, and in knowing when are things that I have to come and ask my manager versus like I could just handle this on my own. Some of you brought snacks in for your teams or pushed them harder or called them really late at night. But every single, technique that you guys use, all the questions that you guys had, I think really developed your skills and just being really good leaders. And I'm sure all your littles would agree that your coaches really were what pushed you through the hard nights and kept you going. And even coaches who weren't on your team helped you out. I heard a lot of littles giving props to all the coaches all summer long. So I just want you to know that your work here was really appreciated and it really wouldn't have been nothing without having a coach for each team. So thank you.
Thank you, coaches. Thank you very much. Give her an applause again. The coaches go through a recruitment process. We have to recruit them and interview them, all that, but they do a great job every year. So we're very happy with the coaches. Bellissima, and what's next?
So next, we're going to go ahead and say thank you to our sponsors. We had a lot of people help out today to make this event happen. I wanted to go ahead and just give a special thank you to USC for having us here on Summer All Campus. We had a really special helper, Noah, who is in the room. Hi.
Hey, Noah, come here, Noah.
I am not familiar with how to book rooms on USC campus, even though I go here, but without you, we really wouldn't even have a space to teach the kids in. So thank you so much for facilitating that and being our, point person and middleman for all of the paperwork and all the harder things.
Hi, everybody. My name is Noe. I work for the School of Engineering here at USC, the Material School of Engineering. And my job is to connect our USC engineering students to meaningful community organizations doing great work. And so I've come to this event now, and this is my third or fourth time here, and every time it's just a pleasure to see the students. I wish I had something like this when I was growing up, but I think a lot of us think that way too as we're seeing you do your thing. And I even got inspired. I'm like, I can do my own thing too, but your ideas are amazing. Every year, it's a beautiful thing. So we're grateful for you being here today, and more than happy to provide the rooms anytime, every year. Let's do it.
Thank
the
you.
best.
Thank you.
So if your kid wants to apply to UC, talk to me. But Lord, it's been amazing for many, many years.
We have other sponsors today. We have SCE, we have Snap Foundation, the Eli and Edith Broad, the Broad Foundation, the Bagner Family Foundation, Dwight Stewart Youth Fund, Stanford University, and Sweet Geeks. I'm trying to read it. Every single sponsor who is able to give in a greater capacity, I think those are the relationships that are the most meaningful. I think every relationship that we had this summer with either from a community member, an alumni, or just foundations that allowed us to come in, people who came and spoke during our classes, like these corporate sponsors are really what help us get that foot in the door to be able to take our students and show them these like greater opportunities that they have for them. So again, thank you very much to our sponsors. If you had words to say.
No, you got it.
Thank you.
That's the end of today. So can we give everybody a round of applause for today? Texters, everybody, can you guys stand up and say thank you to your parents for being awesome for you and family member? On three, a big thank you. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna let your parents go out for a minute. Don't move from your chairs yet, please. Just give us. I know you just want to take pictures and all that. I know that, but give me like 5 minutes with them so we can give them what's gonna happen next, and then come back in here. So, thank you for being here today. I'm gonna keep them for 5 minutes, and they'll be out in a second. Thank you so much.